guys. It's gonna be good. That's a nice cabbage right there. That's a nice cabbage. I'm gonna have to get another dish. I'll chop this up on another dish, and then we'll look at that bacon over there. Let's get a dish. So lucky we are here on the east coast of Arkansas, and we done already went and scored a couple of heads of cabbage. Had it on sale up there at the local market there, just in time for this wonderful little meal we're going to prepare here today. Cabbage, cooked cabbage with bacon and that there homemade cornbread. And you see we got them skillets out there. We got that there. I think that's an 8-quart pot there. Let's get over here and chop them cabbage up now. The onions, you see about what size dice that is right there. Just slice them onions off right there and dice them up. This right here was, you see that onion right there? That's you know, that's a large medium onion, and I'm gonna put 2 of them in there and slice them up there. You know, like a 1/8 of an inch thick, up to maybe a quarter. Just slice him up right there, keeping safety in mind. Let's get rid of that piece there. You know, if it don't look right, don't put it in there. And just dice them up on the small size. Oh, it's gonna be good. And this right here was they was sweet onions, and I've done already had a couple of them beforehand to confirm that fact. These are really, really sweet. Small dice. No need to grate them or nothing like that. No need to bring out no electrical equipment with your onions. And I got some bacon. We're going to use about 2 pounds of this bacon right here, and it's froze harder than a rock. I got it up there in the freezer. Laid it in a couple of days ago. Had it on sale up there at the local market. As was this cabbage right here. And I think that's about a 2-pound cabbage. And I would have rather had a bigger one, because I think it's going to be some extra place settings at the table. I think going to need a couple. And the way you get around that is more water. Now let's get on to that bacon. And I got 2 of them. And what this was about one of them was about a 6-pound container of bacon. It's really cheap when you buy it like that. So, and I'm going to show you. And the reason that it's frozen is I want this to be a very small. Y'all see this? What's this? Let me get it up there where we can see it. If it's frozen, you can just cut him right off there or whatever. And it's sliced, smoked, thick slice. And this right here, this is that, I'm cutting them about maybe a quarter inch long. Be careful. No injuries involved. Use safety precautions. And you see what I've done right there? And when you end up with a piece of bacon like that right there. And it's not required that it has a lot of lean on it. This can be a little bit on the fat side. Oh, it's gonna be good. Take note. Not only is this kind of cheap the way that we've done it here, it's delicious too. That's the main thing. It would be a good meal at any price. I'll finish chopping this up here, and then we'll get on to that cabbage over there. Before we get on with that there cabbage cutting, let's get this bacon started. That's one of them 8-quart stock pots, and that's medium right there. That's off, and come around, that's halfway is medium, and I'm gonna come up about halfway between that right there. You know, that's halfway between medium and high right there. And there ain't nothing in there. It's a bare kettle, and I've just raked that bacon off in there, and you know, that's about 2 pounds, I'd say. It's froze, but it'll be all right. It won't take long with that heat right there. I'll deal with that froze. But you put your bacon off in that pan right there just by itself. And now what we want to do is we want to fry. You want to end up with a flavor akin to roast pork. Just cover the bottom right there and let that be frying. Keep an eye on it because you need to stir it around. And we want to fry this to a medium crispiness. And then we'll put them onions in there. Time to deal with this cabbage right here. And I done already took them outer leaves off there. There's another one that ain't too good. You know, if it ain't right, don't leave it on there. And it's been kind of rinsed. You know, rinse your. I don't like that right there neither. Looks like it's been a little bruise right there. Get that off of there. Clean up. Here you go. That looks pretty good. Then let's cut that root, that core off down there. I had these on sale up there at the market. Was you know, that's a real break this time of year. It looks real good. Look it over there now. Don't something ain't right. Now's the time to set it right. Now what you want to do, we don't want that core in there. We want that core out and gone. So you slice it on both sides of that, quarter it. Just kind of go right down through there. A really good knife is an asset. And see under what we got? Okay, you bring it completely around, knowing where the center line down there is, and cut him again. Okay, you see what we got there? Two real nice end pieces. Okay, the same way on this side, knowing where the center is, just come right over there like that, and like a pie shape. We got a little piece right here. We'll deal with that. Let's just go ahead and deal with this one while we're here. You want to end up with like a 1 inch size pieces, and kind of try to hold them together if you can. And that core right there, you know, if you like it, leave it in there. Some people do, some people don't. I'm going to leave it out. But you see that right there? That's the kind of size piece that you want to have when you get done with it. So I'm going to say like 1 inch, 1 inch. Cut him like that, and then like this. So you end up with little chunks that are like 1 inch or maybe a little more. And when you cut it like this, now you don't have to cut it no more, because when you cook it over there, and remember now, we got that bacon going over here. Don't forget that bacon. And I've done already. I did, before I left that stove over, I did turn that heat down a little bit, because it was going to be too hot. You just carry right along this right here. You get the gist of what you want to have when you get done with this. You kind of see where we're going with this. So there's no need to just keep slicing cabbage when you actually know what you're doing. And so I'll finish this up, and then we'll get over yonder. About right now is when the house starts smelling good. That smoked bacon, and I did go ahead and turn that. I turned that dial over there down to just a little past medium, because it was going to be too hot. Oh, that smells good. That does smell good. Good smoked bacon. It don't matter where you live. Smoked bacon smells country. I mean, you could be frying this up there in New York City, and your thought would be, that's a good country smell right there. Never fear that we'll let this burn right here. Keeping an eye on it at all times. All the time while we're working with that cornbread in that oven down there. Yeah, gonna have cornbread. And they say, if I may add, they say that if you serve this around New Year's, as a New Year's dinner, that it will bring you prosperity for the year coming. I'm just saying. And now I have stirred this off and on several times. And you see what we got right there? And this right here rendered out. This actually, you could be on. I'm going to take it off that heat right there. It's just too hot. I'm going to cut it off, as a matter of fact. The amount of fat that the grease that rendered out of that is that would make perfect crackling cornbread right there. You do want this to be a little bit on the brown side. I'm going to drain half of that fat away into a dish. Let's do that. Okay, what I done went and done there is I drained most all of that fat off there. There's about maybe a quarter of a cup of that bacon fat in there. And now these according to the lights and everything here, that's what you want right there. I got the heat off, so I'm gonna turn that back up past medium, and we're gonna put them onions in there. Put all them onions off in there. Need to fry the onions to a kind of wilted state. Boy, you talk about smelling good. You see, this is the kind of stuff that you can't get this with a crock pot. Maybe the recipe I wrote down over there is like a spoonful, but you see about how many I got there, them red pepper flakes. That's a little bit too much. I'm gonna throw them in there. You know, what's a couple of red pepper flakes too many? Black pepper, like a spoonful. And being that I got a little extra red pepper, I'm going to hold back a little bit on that black pepper. Just stir that around. Now the only thing we're doing here is we're cooking them onions, wilting them onions. A little time has went by. I've stirred them 3 or 4 times. And if you look down in yonder, just about all of that fat, it's it's kind of oily in there, but it's not swimming in fat. And a visual description is the onions are I'm gonna say 99.9% of them is clarified. Just a couple of them there has a little color to them. So that's good to go right there. This right here cabbage, remember, that we done already cut up, just put every bit of it right in there like that right there. See them little chunks like that? That's what you want. Just put that whole amount right in there. Kind of level it up and keep the onions and bacon on the bottom down there, just like that. And add the 4 cups of chicken broth. 4 cups of chicken broth, 4 cups of faucet water, and 2 more cups. No need to stir it. Leave it as is. This right here, this clear lid, oh, it's gonna be good. This clear lid almost fits that pot. And I like a clear lid. It leaves just a little gap on one side or the other. And that's perfect for this right here because I do want it to cook away a little bit. But with a clear lid, you can see when this comes to a boil. I'm going to turn it up just a shade. It's not up to high yet. It's the 2 marks below high. And I'll keep an eye on this. And once it starts to boil, I'll boil it for 15 minutes. And I may stir it. You know, you pretty much have to. When it starts to boil right there, you can give it a stir. And just leave it be for 15 minutes. And we'll serve it up. You can call the guest to the table in about 15 minutes. Cornbread takes about 15 minutes to bake, so it'll be finished before that, time enough to be set on the sideboard and cool down a little bit. Cornbread's out of the oven. The cabbage bacon soup has came to a boil. It's been about, and this is the first time that I've given it a stir. This is, it's been about, and I turned the heat up a little bit, and then I turned it back down. And this is the kind of, it's a rolling boil, but it's not excessive, and it's not a simmer. You do want it to boil. And with the lid on there, seems to me like it tenderizes quicker. So I'll let this cook for, watching the clock, 15 minutes. And I think it'll be good to go. If you could only smell the aromas in the house today. And I'm going to add to that another one. Green tea, the drink of choice for today. Tea bag for me, tea basket. I just heard the train. And if I may serve, boiled cabbage, hot too. If you could only smell that hot cabbage. We got cornbread. Never fear, we've got cornbread. Boiled cabbage with smoked bacon. Oh, good, got better then. And cornbread, show you something. Y'all watch this. Ha! Cornbread the way it should be. And skillet, good to go. I didn't think that would be enough cornbread, so I went on ahead and prepared another one. Let's see, can we get it up on there? Ah, yeah. No eggs in the cornbread. Skillet, good to go. She said, they're going to think you're bragging about that cast iron skillet. And I said, yes, I am. But the point to this whole meal is it's kind of year end. Let's cut that. Kind of year end, and they tell me up there where I growed up, Harlan County, Kentucky, you know, it's well, that's another story, I guess. Not to be. Today is the let's serve this up. Without further ado, let's serve this up. The cabbage is cooked well through. Actually about little less than 15 minutes. No, a little less than 20 minutes. I actually went a little, oh, y'all see that? And then what you do for the perfection is the cornbread. See that? Just put your cornbread right in there and let it start soaking that broth up. Don't be shy about a large serving. I mean, put it in there. This stuff's good. Even a large serving, you're going to come back for more. And a larger piece of cornbread. Let's get a big one right here. No egg, remember. Why do I make a point of that? Is, you know, a good bread pudding, and they say bread pudding is pretty good to serve around New Year's also. Still hot. Well, let's get it. Put that right back on there. I guess you could say that it's been a good year. I left with a few coppers I had left at year's end. We got a little honey there for the tea. Beverage of choice today was faucet water. You know, all I can say is, you know, life's been good. Got a couple of donations on the move that's coming up. Got a couple of donations, and I do thank those for them. You know, it's kind of just thoughts of you know, the year gone by, and I would say here on the east coast of Arkansas, in my part of it, I would have to say, I'd have to say that life's good. I guess you would have to say it's about the best I can do. I've said that before, but I'm going to say it again. It's about the best I can do. And before we sit down here and give thanks for the meal, I will, just for the viewers, I will give it a taste test. Y'all see that? That's the reason you cut that cabbage in that size pieces. It's a perfect bite size. Cornbread. Excuse me. That's really, really good. Excuse me for eating on camera, but when it's that good, the pork, perfect bite-sized piece. Oh, I'm going to wait. I haven't said thanks yet. As Julia Child would say, bon appetit.